everybody, welcome to Bura. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about the Udemy IPO. Alright, we're back for this video. Make sure you like, subscribe. More subscribers we get, the more content we can make. The reason why you subscribe to this amazing YouTube channel is to get the money-making trends before they go mainstream. Alright, so Udemy has filed for an IPO, and if you don't already know, I've been on Udemy since 2011. In fact, I'm coming up on the 10-year anniversary of me being on Udemy. So, what I'm going to be talking about on this channel is I'm going to be giving a lot of advice to people that want to invest in Udemy because I've been there for 10 years, I've seen it all, and I'm actually one of the people who's made quite a bit of money on Udemy. And if you don't already know, Mammoth Interactive, my company, has sold over 1 million courses worldwide. So I'm uniquely positioned to give a lot of really good advice from the ground level to any kind of investors in the e-learning space. So the only way that you can get the amazing analysis before everybody else is to like and subscribe. So smash that like button. So Udemy is about to IPO, and I've been thinking that they would do this for a long time, and the reason why is because their hiring patterns have hired a bunch of people that would help them with IPO. Now, I think they really wanted to IPO earlier on before the pandemic, but they couldn't quite do it. Now, what they've shown in their recent accounting information is that they have really kind of, done their homework and they've kind of prepared to IPO because their balance sheet is looking quite a bit better than it was in, let's say, 2020 or 2019. And I would assume that 2017 and 2018 weren't as good as what it is today. Now, I'm going to be going over what they sent to the SEC in another video, so you got to be sure to like and subscribe. So for this video, I'm going to be talking more at a high level as to what it really means that Udemy is going to IPO. So if you don't know what Udemy is a marketplace where instructors can go and sell their online courses worldwide. So Udemy is really unique because it has two business models. First, it has this marketplace where any instructor can upload a course, and then it has Udemy for Business where it basically sells to the corporate market. So the Udemy for Business is where Udemy makes a lot of its money and really where a lot of the growth is. The corporate market is really where it's at, and Udemy spends a lot of time and money trying to curate the best courses for this. So they've kind of forgotten about the marketplace part of the platform, and that will really lag into the growth in the future. And I'm going to be explaining that in another video. So again, please be sure to like and subscribe. So the thing about Udemy is that it has the marketplace, and the marketplace growth is arguably what will make Udemy stronger than all of its other competition. Now, all the other competition usually have some software or a specific app like kind of Duolingo, or it's just a subscription model where basically creators get a part of the revenue. Now, the other major company is Skillshare, and Skillshare isn't really that good. You don't make a lot of money on Skillshare, but you can make quite a bit of money on the marketplace, and you can absolutely make money if you get handpicked selected for UFB. UFB is, of course, Udemy for Business. But having said that though, now again, I'm going to be talking a lot about the dynamics between those two and how it's really two companies, but if there's any reason why I would invest in Udemy, it's because they have the marketplace and UFB, and it's really two different companies. But they really need to make sure that the quote-unquote social mobility of the marketplace is healthy in order for UFB to be a real rock star. And I don't think the profits of the whole platform will be good unless the marketplace is successful. Now, here's a huge disclaimer that I want to make up front. When I talk about Udemy, I want to make sure that the platform is really successful. When I started Udemy, I was broke and single, and now I have a wife and 2 kids and, well, a fairly successful business. Now, my success on Udemy has dwindled over the years, and I'm going to be talking about that as well because it goes into the marketplace health as well. But I really do think Udemy is a very good platform, and I really do want it to succeed. All of the criticism that I'm giving here is not directed at a single person, and it's not really directed at the company as a whole to making, let's say, bad decisions, but I'm just here to give an honest opinion as to what I think the goal of Udemy should be. And I'm going to be talking a lot about this in my next series of videos. Now, I only make these videos because I really care about the platform and I really want it to succeed, and I'm probably going to buy some shares in Udemy, and I want those to succeed as well. And I want you, the Udemy investor, to succeed as well. And I'm going to give my honest opinion about what is going on. The other thing that I'm really excited about this IPO is that they will be giving quarterly results, and they might have some open discussion with shareholders. Now, they're not going to take my questions, but they might take your questions, and I'm going to be asking a bunch of questions every single time that you, the shareholders, should bring up at every single quarterly meeting. The fact that Udemy is going to IPO means that there's going to be some free market logic around the platform. And if they're not making good free market decisions, well, guess what? You, the Udemy investor, is going to lose out. And there's going to be a lot of institutions that put money into Udemy. And if you're an institution like a pension fund, well, then your pensioners might be losing a lot of money for decisions that might not be so smart. And this is really awesome because really we want everyone to be successful. We want the students to be successful. We want Udemy to be successful. We want the investors to be successful. And we want the instructors to be successful. There's no reason why any one of those groups should suffer. And that means we have to make the best possible business decisions out there. So having said all of that, Udemy is actually in a very good position to make quite a bit of money. Now, obviously, e-learning has gone up a lot since the pandemic, and the summer hasn't really been that good. And I think the reason is that people do not want to be in front of a computer. I love spending my time in front of a computer every single day, and I was really not wanting to spend time in front of a computer. I wanted to go out and go on vacations and all that stuff here. But as soon as September rolled around, well, the sales kept on picking up. And if there's anything that's happened because of the pandemic, people have realized that learning online is going to be the future. And I've known this, well, for the last 12 years. In fact, if you don't know my story, I'll quickly sum it up here. I wanted to make an Xbox 360 game. I bought an online course. I made the Xbox 360 game, and guess what? My career took off after that. And a couple years down the road, I made a ton of iPhone games, and everyone wanted to know how these iPhone games were made, so I made a course, and then the rest is history. Now, Mammoth Interactives have made millions of dollars since then, and we sold over 1 million courses worldwide. And this is really awesome because you're gonna get a ground level view as to someone who's been working in the industry for 10 years and hasn't quit. And that second part of hasn't quit is crucial. And I'm gonna be talking about that in the series of videos, so please be sure to like and subscribe. So Udemy is in a position to make quite a bit of money, and one of the other e-learning companies that has gone public is Duolingo, and Duolingo is doing quite well. Now, believe it or not, Duolingo has lost $13 million before the IPO, and Udemy has lost about $27 million. So it seems like if you want to be a successful IPO, you gotta lose millions of dollars, and well, maybe that's just the way the world works now. So since Duolingo was doing so well, and I was one of the first adopters onto Udemy, I'm really bullish for Udemy, but there needs to be some tweaks. And again, I'm going to be going over the exact accounting as to what they can fix and what they should probably do. So e-learning is here to stay. And one of the things that if you don't already know is that if you want to have a technical skill, you have to upgrade your knowledge practically every year, and you have to buy a course on that. Now, you could buy a course on Udemy, you could buy a course from a specific instructor on Teachable or Thinkific, or you can go to LinkedIn Learning. There's a ton of places you can go. So the competition of this is going to be quite a bit. And because there's a lot of competition, you're gonna have to make the best possible decision as a platform. If you make a terrible decision, a decision that's not business friendly, well, guess what? Not only will your share price go down, but you'll lose the entire battle. So it's really important that once Udemy goes public, that it makes the best possible decisions. Now, it's possible that Udemy will make terrible decisions because in the past, it has made some, well, frankly, not good decisions. And I'll be talking about every one of these decisions that it's made over the course of its lifetime. So companies, of course, change over the years. And if you don't know the thought experiment of the ship of Theseus, let me tell you about it right here. The ship of Theseus is a thought experiment where the ship of Theseus goes from port A to port B. And along the way, every single part of the ship is transferred out for another part. So what that means is that when the ship is going along, it maybe changed the mast, the deck, everything of the ship is different when it gets to port B. So the major question is it the same ship? Well, it's called the ship of Theseus, and one part is substituted out along the way, and when it arrives at port B, it's a completely different ship. Is it the same ship? Now this obviously happens with companies, people, political parties. It happens with a lot of different things. And well, I don't think there's a really good answer for this. So what I'm trying to say here is that Udemy is kind of like the ship of Theseus, where it was different 10 years ago and things changed along the way, and now it's a completely new company. And guess what? It's probably going to be a new company 10 years down the road if it makes the right decisions. Now, of course, any business can go under at any given time, and that's why I'm trying to be as clear and transparent, and with the goal of making everybody richer and, well, basically more successful. That's why I'm making a series of videos on this topic. So just be aware that when I'm making all these videos, a lot of the people that made these decisions are long since gone from the company, and the company is, well, on a new path. And the best thing about making mistakes is that you can learn from them and you want to fail forward. And Udemy, like myself, and well, practically like everyone, has failed forward quite a bit. And remember that I'm not trying to be talking about Udemy in a negative way. I am trying to make sure that, again, the students, the investors, everyone that works at Udemy and the instructors are all successful. And I want to be very clear on this point. If one of these people do not become successful, then the platform will not do as well. Now, of course, some of these groups will be a little bit more important than others, but if some of these groups feel marginalized, well, then I guess you can basically write off the rest. Because here's the thing about e-learning and competition. There is a lot of competition, and there's a lot of reasons why people might not go onto Udemy today. So if you want to invest in Udemy, it's probably a good idea. However, what we will see is that every single quarterly update, we will see more transparency from the company. And if they're making the wrong decisions, then you'll be forced to either sell or buy more. Now, I have 100% faith that Udemy is going to make the right decision, and I'm going to be talking about a lot of these things that's happened over the last 10 years with Udemy. So please be sure to like and subscribe. And if you're an investor or a pension fund, you can get in contact with me and I can have a one-on-one conversation with you. All right, if you like this video, we don't do a Patreon. Instead, we sell our digital products down below. The more you get for the content that you buy below, the more content we can make. If you really like this channel, you can subscribe to Math Interactive's huge library of content. We release 20-60 hours of fresh new content per month every single month. It really does help us out when you subscribe. Our goal is to get to 10,000 paid subscribers, and we can release 200 to 300 hours of fresh new content per month every single month. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. Not only do you make this YouTube channel possible, you make my company possible. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.